My story is The Great Outdoors. That's the title. How generic, huh? So to tell my story, and it's very in tune with the first story about how nature is where answers come to you at, I got to rewind a bit. Okay. We go back a few years. I was married for 10 years. And I was in love, deeply. I had a partner. I had a partner in crime, a partner in business, we'll say, a partner in life. And I was very happy and truly in love. Now, love is a two-way street, you know. You both got to be on the same path. So one day, I'm all like, God, you're the best thing ever. And she's like, I don't think I love you anymore. Oh, okay. What do you do to that one? So you can try to fix it, and I did. I tried for a long time to fix that. Now, rewind a little bit further. Before this all happened, I made a movie called Spirits. You can look that up. It's online. Spirits was about a guy that drowns himself every night at a bar. My grandfather was an alcoholic, and I questioned the great universe stupidly and said, what would make a guy become an alcoholic, forget about his kids, and go drink his life away every night? That was my grandfather. So I made this film. I got really deep into it for about a year. A lot of crazy stuff happened. Friend died. It was in the film. Bar owner died in the film. My dog died. It was in the film. But I went deep into this question. Well, when you ask questions, you get answers. And my wife says, I don't love you anymore. I try to work it out. I lose my job right before I turn 40. You know, 40 is that supposedly time in your life you're supposed to be getting your shit together and be getting some respect in what's going on. Well, I lost everything. I had nothing. I was devastated. I had some money, and my wife was like, you know, I think it's best if you move out. Shit, I have no family members there. I got a family in Akron, don't get me wrong, but I got no family members. No brothers, no sisters, no mom, no dad, no grandparents, nothing in Akron. So what do? Well, a family friend of mine said, hey, I'll let you stay at my house for a while. Well, I'm out vacationing or whatever, and I stayed there, and I hated it, man. By myself, felt like a failure. Everything was horrible. My life was crumbling. I had nothing going on. Figure, well, maybe if I spend some time away, life will get better, right? You know, she'll want me back, you know? That's what you think. When you break up with somebody, you think everything's going to go, oh, maybe if I get away. And you have all these weird thoughts, and they are all crazy thoughts, to be honest with you. But I stayed there. And everything was emotional. Even TV shows. I watched The Walking Dead and just start crying halfway in between because Carl had to kill his mom. And I couldn't stand it anymore. Oh, my God, he lost his mom. It was so bad. I mean, I felt so bad. But I really felt like a tremendous failure. And I wasn't going home. You know, I don't know, maybe it's the Leo in me or whatnot, but you tell me to leave, I'm going to leave, and I'm not coming back. And that's just how there is to it. You know, I tried for a long time. So I went to a hotel. How many ever lived extendedly in a hotel? Anybody? More than like a week, we'll say. I spent a month in a hotel on Arlington Street. It wasn't a bad place. $250 a week, you know, but when you're in a paper-thin hotel, you hear all kinds of stuff you probably shouldn't be hearing, you know. Let your mind wander, you know, with the Hitchcock method. Let you wonder what I heard all night long in those rooms. Wonder if I'm going to be shot from the random drug deal down the road when an AK-47 goes off, and I'm thinking like Scarface in the back of my mind. And I have a daughter, too, that comes and visits me. So we spend all the time in Akron and go back to a hotel. And I told myself 1 month. So that 1 month came up. And I'm imbalanced. I'm not in a good place. You know, I didn't go down the drinking road like my grandfather did. And to go back to my grandfather, his wife, I don't know what the reason was. He wasn't the greatest guy. I'm not trying to give pubs to him. He might have been an abusive fatherhood, but she left when the kids were like 5 and 4 years old. Took off and never came back again until I was there. So I can understand how he went down that road. And I'm stuck in this hotel, looking at Craigslist, thinking, where in the hell am I going to go? I don't have much money. I have enough to get maybe a deposit. And I needed to get back to nature. I grew up in southern Ohio, so I grew up in the woods. And I had been living in the city of Akron on North Howard Street, right up the road here. Had my own little sanctuary in the backyard. Had a pond, had a koi pond, had fish. Had a little area with a bunch of trees around, the most wooded plot on North Howard Street by all means. And I loved it. It was my tranquil place, but I didn't have that anymore. I had no nature spot. So I started looking, and I found in Craigslist, looking for a roommate. $1.5 million view for $500 a month. And all these great views of Portage Lakes. And I thought, wow, that's not bad. $500, you know, I can swing that. I'll give it a try. So I call them up right away because I was looking every day. I'm trying to find somewhere between maybe $300-500 in that range, and it's on the lakes. I mean, Portage Lakes property is very expensive, so you never think you're going to find something for cheap there. So I call them up, and a lady answers, and she's like, talking real loud, which I didn't quite understand. Yeah, come on out, you know, here's the address, I'll meet you there. So I program my phone, I run out my car, I want to get the hell out of this hotel, and I go back to Portage Lakes. If you know the Portage Lakes area, the back roads are very narrow, and there's like house. Everybody knows each other. I mean, it's such a compact little area once you get back there. So I drive back this back road, and I see an address, and I come up to like a bunch of mailboxes with all addresses on it, and there's houses everywhere. And I have no idea where I'm at. So I sit there, call the person on the phone, no answer. Call the person on the phone, no answer. I don't know where the hell I'm at. And then comes this guy. He had like short shorts on, about up to here. Larger guy, older, and lots of hair everywhere. Hair all over, hairy chest, came up to me, and he's rubbing his stomach like this as he walks up there, and he looks in the car, and he's like, so, who are you? I'm blue-green. I'm supposed to be looking for this address. Ah, gut last, real loud. And he stops and looks at me. And he takes his hand, he puts up on his nipple, and he's like, blue-green. How orgasmic. And he starts rolling and laughing. And I'm like, wow, this is, hey, you know, my life's changing. I'm in a new place. I thought I was going to the woods. And then he's like, well, you don't want to live with that lady. She likes to drink and she can get mean. And I'm like, I don't know who this lady is. I don't know. But I have a room for you. As he's still rubbing his nipple. So finally, the lady calls, and I'm like, I gotta go, and I answer the phone, and I go in and check the plates out. And, you know, it was a little room. It was $500 for a room, and the room was no bigger than a stage, and it was tiny. So I had to have a space for my daughter, so we stayed there. I decided to stay there. Big, nice view of the lake. Everything seemed ideal. Little did I know the person I moved in with, she was an older lady, very nice to me and my daughter, always. She had a drinking problem. I didn't know that. She had a heavy drinking problem. I mean, she liked to drink a lot. I even can hold my weight in alcohol, and I tried to drink with her a couple of times. There's no way I could keep with this lady. And she was mean when she drank. She'd stay up all night, and I didn't know what was going on. And she was fucking with the neighbors. Like, harassing them horrendously. Painting stuff on her driveway, vandalizing it, to like pointing to the neighbors up the road about how bad she hated them. And I didn't know I was getting into this, so she would leave, and I'd go to the neighbors like, I'm sorry, I don't know who this lady is. Please don't hate me. Please don't come kill me. Because everywhere, and they'd get heated arguments outside. And I would hear her side of the story, and then I'd hear these people's side of the story. Well, there's always two sides of the story, and this lady was definitely not in the right frame of mind, that I'll say. Very vicious and very mean. So I'm living there, and I'm kind of stuck. I have to pay $500 a month. I don't have much money at all. I can't afford to put a bunch of money down to go live somewhere. Like I said, when my daughter was there, she was very nice, and everybody was very nice. I have a way that people say that I can look at you and you don't want to fuck with me, basically. So I look at her, and I'm like, no, this shit's not going to happen when I'm here. And I treated my daughter well, so I don't want to seem like a bad father having my daughter in a bad place, because the story gets deeper and better. So she's vandalizing the neighborhood, doing all kinds of crazy stuff. You know, everybody hates her. And one night I go to drop my daughter off to school. I'm on my way back, and the neighbor next door calls me. She's like, Blue, there's a SWAT team at your house. A SWAT team at my house? What for? I have a very guilty conscience. And I think it's always me why they're there for. I have no reason at all for them to be there. But I'm in my mind, like, what'd I do? Did I look at something wrong online? Was I researching something bad? Are they coming to get me? What'd I do wrong? And I just stayed away. And I come back, and sure as shit, a whole SWAT team was there because she was harassing people so much. They had to search her computer records, and a lot of crazy stuff happened on that end. But that was the first inkling. I got to get the hell out of here. And I tried my best. Then she had a roommate move in. Now, way back in the day when I came to Akron, I didn't know anybody. And I lived in a fraternity house for 1 year. That's interesting, I know. Crazy. It was like Animal House. I was one of the sane members there, and I went to do it for good reasons. I got a lot of education, use it to its potentials. But anyways, living with a bunch of 19-year-old hoardy men and whatnot is a crazy existence. So I never thought I'd live that life again. So here comes a 35-year-old guy, big muscle dude all over, tattoos all over muscles. He's single too, he's moving in. Literally had a different woman there every night of the week. He would come out and show me like Tinder apps and be like, hey, she's coming over. I'm looking at a naked woman. He's like, yeah, and then she pops it up at her door. He would take women to strip clubs, leave them in strip clubs while their car is here at my house. And I'm wondering, aren't they going to come after us somewhere along the line? And I went to nature is why I wanted to go here. And I had my calming points. I was on the lake, but I was in a bad spot. And the only thing that kept me sane through that was taking a trip through hell. I mean, you ask those questions, you're going to get led through hell. I could have easily went down very bad roads with the traffic that I was traveling with at the time, and I didn't. And there was one person in that insanity that led me to where I'm at today. Said, hey, there's an apartment up the road, just check it out. And I still live on the lake today, and it's very cheap for me to live there, and I love it, and I have my own little house on Portage Lakes. But without living in that nature, without getting back in tune, I really don't know what I would have done. I mean, I was in such a dark place that therapy to get outside. So, I point this back at all you to listen to the story. If you are having a bad day, shit's going wrong, first off, it's not too bad. It could always be worse, my father would say. And if you're really angry, go out and take a walk. Go out by the lake. Go out to the woods. Enjoy life a little bit. And no matter how messed up your situation is, life will get better if you go to the great outdoors and you tap into the nature's reserve that'll make you a better person.
That's right.